two, one. Welcome to the Squadcast. My name is Ed Rodriguez. We're here on a beautiful, beautiful, cold and rainy weather.
You're gonna have to be really certain of where you cut this.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Attaboy.
I'm here sitting in the cold and rainy city of Linwood here in California, and that's actually
raining again.
Yeah, we're having our little spells of 2-day rains every week now.
It's been raining forever there now.
And
hi, everyone.
That Sexy Voice is your favorite host of the show, my favorite host, Chris Zero Cool Tucker. How is it going over there, sir?
It's fine. I'm on a solid 3.5 hours of sleep, so this will.
Oh, so you ready to go, man?
Yeah, this will most assuredly not be a Marvel episode. It's literally. If you can give me a heads up,
because we've done like no prep for the show.
If you can give me a heads up when we're like 20 minutes from the end of this, I'm gonna go take melatonin just so I can be asleep by the time I close the laptop.
Right. We'll make this a quick one. We'll make this we won't do an hour and a half. We'll just keep it to close to an hour as possible.
Yeah, you'll be happy to know I do have a little bit of prep work.
Oh, cool. I mean, hey, yeah. I created a doc and I forgot to send it to you, and I literally I just remembered it right now, and I'm opening it up as we speak.
You're good, man. Everything's good. How are you doing? How's the? Did we record last week?
We
probably
did. We? Yes, we did.
I think we did. Yeah,
yes, we
surely.
Did. Yeah.
How was your week been? That's the only reason I was asking that question.
It's been fairly an easy week. We had a pretty busy weekend. Celebrated my grandma's 76th birthday.
That's my girl. I hope Erica, because Erica's gonna listen to this, I hope she understands your grandmother truly is the second love of my life after Matt and Andrew's mom.
Mm-hmm.
It's Miss Melinda. It's just a long list of women who barely like me.
Eventually I've learned to love you.
Tolerate me.
Yeah.
Who I grow on them, man. I grow on them like a fungus.
Yeah.
And then they just can't get rid of me, like herpes.
You're like a clicker.
Can you get rid of herpes now? I feel like how have we not made any progress on curing herpes? Is that still like a number one thing? Is that still like a lifetime thing?
I don't know. I've never had it, so I don't know. I can't from experience. I can't tell you.
Curable.
All right, sorry. We're gonna make it a short episode, and already we're getting off topic with researching herpes. And yeah,
don't worry about it. I'm just trying to learn some shit.
Exactly. But yeah, so we did that. We took the baby to Disney on Sunday, which was cool. Got to hang out. They're doing like their annual like food and wine festival. So got a nom on some good food.
Nice.
Yeah, are you still researching herpes?
No, I'm telling Erica goodnight. And if she listens to this tonight, love you, honey. You're my best girl, even though, two came before you. Both of them were foolish enough to not take me. Herpes is not curable, but for anyone wondering. Still not curable.
It would have been very odd for you to be Grandpa Tucker. I don't know how
to you?
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been amazing.
So would you be like Pop-Pops or what would you be? What would your grandpa name be?
Oh, I want to be a what is it? How do you say it in Spanish? Abuelito.
Abuelo?
I want to be that. Yeah,
Abuelito?
I want to be that so that I can appear on Galaxy Media.
Abuelito Tucker.
Abuelito Tucker. Hell yeah. That's what I'm gonna make the kids children call me.
Abuelo Tucker. That's what we're gonna
Abuelo Tucker.
Do. Yeah.
I'm down with it. I like it.
But yeah, I mean so that was cool, man. We got it. She is like starting to like realize things and see people. So we're holding her and she's like noticing things and looking at things. So it's kind of cool to see that growth, and it's funny. She's starting to smile and stuff now. So it's kind of,
there you go.
Denise,
man, kids are fucked up. Kids are fucked up experience.
She FaceTimed me yesterday when I was at work and cause she was at Costco or something. And she put like the phone to the baby and like saw me and she started smiling. I was like, oh, my heart.
Oh, I love you.
I love you, little baby.
Hey man, Damien just turned 4.5. And it's he gets on my nerves, but that's my dog. That's still my man. There's no two ways about it. And you're gonna get closer. You're getting closer to that personality kicking in another couple months.
Yeah,
you gotta have like a little human in there. It's a good journey, man. Glad you're enjoying it. And you can go to Disneyland, and I'm not completely disgusted with you now
Yeah, you're not
because
gonna
you have a
be
child.
completely judgy.
Yeah, I mean, you still go a lot.
Yeah.
But I can't understand how you can be around that many people
It's like the one
that
place that
often.
I'll tolerate it. Like anywhere else, I'm like, I'm not a fan. Like maybe there in like the soccer matches, but other than that, I think the
Yeah,
Costco's like I get really annoyed with people because they get
it's
too
just too
close
many
to me.
people. And well, I see these videos on like Instagram now where these fucking 25-year-old people. I'm just gonna call them kids. They're not kids. 25-year-old kid people. God damn it. But these like 25-year-olds. There we go. Who are they're covering their face and they're walking up to see the castle at Disneyland. And then they remove their hands from their eyes or take off the blindfold or whatever. And this 25-year-old person like collapses to the ground, hysterically crying. It's like, man, we are fucked. You guys better pray we don't go to war with Russia. We are fucked because those are the people they're drafting.
Those are the ones, yeah, those are the ones
Those
taken.
are the ones who are getting drafted, and
I
they're
think
like,
we're at
"Oh
the
my
we're at the
god, the
age where
magic castle,
we're at the age where we're aged out. So I think we're all
bro."
right,
You
man.
ain't. You better stop fooling yourself. You better stop fucking fooling yourself. You think we go to Russia and they're gonna be like, "Nah, Ed, it's cool. You're 35, 35, right?
Gonna be, yeah.
Yeah, Ed. You're 34. Oh, you're 34. If you're 34, you're not even out of selective services. You're definitely going.
Well, I thought it was like 35, right? Or
I think it's 36. I think
36.
it's 36 to get out of selective services. But either way, it's not going to matter. They're going to roll that shit back and be like, "Nah, we need more."
I got people in Mexico, man. I can go there.
Yeah, I don't have that situation. I don't.
Look, man. Now you're Abuelo Tucker, man. You can come down, dude.
Hey, I have nothing to say on that won't get me in trouble. So
Come
sounds like
on
a
down,
plan.
man. We'll jump over together.
Yeah, I can go. Well, didn't they? They just killed some black folks over there, didn't they? They just killed some black Americans.
I mean, that was just it was a
I
mistake.
shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say they. Didn't some
Them.
black Americans get killed over in Mexico? It was
It was
a
a
news
misunderstanding.
story. For a couple of them, yeah, for sure. You know what the misunderstanding was? You
I
have no
was I was
fucking
gonna
business
ask
going
you. I
over
was gonna
there.
ask you a question, but I think it's a racist question. So I think
Oh, now you have to.
I was gonna ask.
Come on, we got
Hey,
shit to lose now.
I was like, do you know? Because I was like, oh, me and you can hop. We can hop over the fence, me and you together. And then I was gonna ask you, hey, do you know how to swim? And I was like, I don't know. I should ask that
I
question.
I I 1,000% swim better than you. What are you talking about,
You want to test that, boy?
boy?
Sorry, that was not. We're gonna cut that out.
Yeah. Oh no, we're not.
We're gonna cut that out.
Oh, there's your title. You want to test that, boy?
Dude, I dog you swim for days, bro.
Bro, I can. I 100% can outswim you. It's not even
Yeah, you probably
close.
could.
Like I get that you might be more buoyant than
I'm more
me. You
buoyant.
could
Yeah,
definitely
I can
float
float.
longer than I can. Yeah, we're very dense people.
I'll
Um,
just tie myself to like your ankle, and then you swim, and I'll just be
and I
like
just
that,
drag you. Yeah, that
and I'll just
works.
be floating behind you like that,
Yeah, I can swim, Brett, baby. I get out there,
or
and
like
I'm tall, so it doesn't even take me very long to get from one part to the other.
a tube, like Alien Gonzalez.
Bro, I remember that shit. Wait, when was that? Like 96?
Yeah, like late 90s.
Anybody care about that kid? Like anybody looking into how is Elion doing?
Isn't he back in Cuba?
It's just a political pawn.
Yeah.
Apparently, Fidel treated his dad like really, really well because they were using him as a piece to make America look bad. So they were like extra on the dad and the boy. But I imagine the kid's fine.
They
He's
gave
got to
him
be like 30 now.
they gave him extra rations for the day,
Is that what Cuba's like?
or
I don't
however
know anything about that.
these communist countries are, Tucker.
Oh, that was 2000. Uh, he's holy shit. That kid's almost 30 years old. That's fucked up.
It's 30.
He's an industrial engineer.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah, he's doing all right.
All right.
He's still. I wonder if he's still in Cuba. Well, I guess you kind of have to be, right? Is that they let people out like crazy, or is that still not really a situation?
I don't think that's the thing.
Holy shit! Elian Gonzalez is poised to become a Cuban lawmaker. Good for him.
He's
All
doing big
right.
things over
Well,
there.
yeah, he's doing all right, man.
All right, Tucker. Let's get into this. Let's talk some Galaxy related topics, sir.
Yeah, you go ahead. I'm going to learn about Elian Gonzalez.
Oh yeah. Go
Elian
ahead.
Gonzalez's burgeoning political career.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Um, I don't know if we should do this. Should we support the Galaxy in their week leading up to the home opener, quote unquote,
You
with
support the Galaxy every day of your life, Ed. You're
their
not
kickoff?
supporting the administration that's running them.
So should we not run down their kickoff events that are happening this week?
Uh, you could frame it as if you would like to go protest their kickoff events. This is I don't this. So look, I'll be honest with you. Maybe we should discuss this quickly. I've been thinking about it. Like, to what degree does the show remain the same? Because obviously we're protesting the administration, but like this is when I get to talk to you really about the thing we talk about the most. So do we just cover things as normal through the prism of the boycott, or do we not discuss certain elements? Like, what do you think about
Well, I think it's like anything else, right? So, we're protesting the administration. We're not going to games. We're not buying jerseys. We're not, putting money into the pockets of these people. And we're still going to watch the games. We're still supporting the team. We still want them to do well. It's just, it's like how the boycott's going. They're going to go protest at the home opener, and then from there go back to local bar and watch the game. So it's not like we're not going to stop supporting the team. We're just not supporting adding money into the pockets of the people we want gone.
I agree. So where then, to looking at it through that prism, where do you land on the rundown for their lead up to the kickoff thing?
If you're someone who is not inclined to do the protesting, you can go to the Galaxy website and see that they're having like a week of events. So go check it out if you want. There, I'll leave it. That's fair.
You let people know.
Yes,
because you want to do a service to. My outlook is you want to do the service to your listener. I mean, say there are people who only listen to the Squadcast and don't listen to COG or don't listen to Nag News or any of the other guys. You wouldn't want to do a disservice. You wouldn't want them to be out of the loop. But things still are what they are.
Yeah. I just find it funny that one of
the website if you want to learn more about it.
One of the events they're having is special deals at bar partners and partner locations. Even though it's been coming out that there's been a couple of the bar partners that are like, we have no idea what you're talking about.
Lopez and Lefty apparently is one of the Galaxy's bar partners who not only didn't know they were, at least the staff didn't know they were a bar partner of the Galaxy, refused to put the game on a television. So people had to watch it on their phones. And then we later discovered they're actually an LAFC bar, which made it all the worse and so perfectly the LA Galaxy.
Yeah, that's kind of encapsulates what the LA Galaxy have become. So, yeah. But yeah, if you want to go check those events out, you can go to the Galaxy site. They'll have the week of events. You can read up on that. Also, the Galaxy 2 schedule has been announced for this year's MLS Next Pro. It is the new division that the Galaxy 2 will be playing in. They no longer will be in USL. They are now in MLS's Next Pro.
It's a new reserve league.
New reserve league, yeah, excuse me. It's a lot of information.
Would you like some? I have some for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
So we're still officially titled Galaxy 2, although of course, they're going to do what they do. We opened the season versus San Jose 2 on Sunday, March 26th. We're away. First game at the track and field stadium. It's going to be on April 9th, that Sunday.
Tickets are free, by the way.
At 5 p.m. rather.
You can actually go to the games again, and they're free. There's no charge.
You shouldn't go.
It will be at the
track. Don't go.
Well, yes, but don't go. Well, it's free, and you're not paying for parking. I guess you're not really. Just don't buy any concessions.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, don't buy anything.
Yeah,
but if you want to, actually, that's a good question. I wonder what the position on that is.
We need to clarify
from the leadership of the sport, because again, I don't want to speak against the family, and I don't want to speak against.
That would be funny if we show up for the Galaxy 2 games, and not
That's
show
a
up
good
for the
idea.
first team. Yeah,
That's a great idea.
to show them, hey,
If you
this.
want to get your, yeah, let me see, clear that really quick. Go, you keep going.
So yeah, if you guys want to, I think that's a good idea. Yeah, it's free. That you don't pay for parking. Um, as long as you're not buying things inside the stadium or the track and field or whatever they're gonna do, I think it'd be okay to go. And then you can, it's a good way of being in the stadium, and you can do more protesting and
You can get your client out in.
get your client outs, all that stuff.
Yeah, I didn't think about that literally until this moment. Like, just fucking blow out the G2 games and then be like, yeah, we're not going to the first team game.
Yeah.
That'd be a solid move.
But yeah, they will be playing against North Texas Soccer Club on April 2nd. That's a Sunday at 5 p.m.
I don't think any of that's right.
Yeah, I have it up here. Yeah.
Am I wrong? Really?
I'm looking at
I
the
have us
schedule.
playing Minnesota on April 9th at 5 p.m.
That's the second home game.
That's the second home game. Okay.
Yeah,
bad.
March 26th is the first the season opener.
San Jose away. Yeah.
And then Sunday, April 2nd is the home opener against North Texas SC.
All right, I'll go with you.
And then Minnesota at home.
You sound confident.
Is the next one. Oh yeah, I'm looking at the
You're looking at it. Well, that helps.
But yeah, and then throughout the year, there's 3 what they're calling Trapecitos, which is the Galaxy versus LAFC 2. You're gonna see a lot of number 2 teams. It's all the MLS 2 teams that were once in USL, now over in this MLS Next Pro.
Yeah, we got LAFC June 15th at home, August 12th away, and September 9th, I think, at home.
Mm-hmm.
And we play. We're if you're a Texas listener, we play in Texas 3 times as well.
3 times.
Yeah, because we're in the Western Conference Pacific Division, along with Vancouver, Tacoma, where my boy Justin Dillon used to play, Portland Timbers FC 2, San Jose 2, the Real Monarchs, and those other fucking, and LAFC. I think that's all my next stuff. Galaxy still hasn't updated the roster.
Yeah, I mean, you've had such a turnover in Galaxy. Like you've had, I mean, a good 10 to 12 players from last year's G2 team just basically probably were told, hey, you feel free to go find a team.
Well, if they're predominantly moving up academy kids and playing academy kids at that level, let those USL caliber kids go find a USL job where they're going to make some better money than they would otherwise make. Yeah,
I'm kind of upset that you guys, like Josh Drake, I think this is the one that I was most upset that they let go and he found another team.
Yeah.
But,
Dracoffs, man. Always be a Dracoff. I wonder if somebody knows or has seen anything and can let me know. I haven't seen where they plan on streaming these games or if they intend to.
They talked about streaming them on the Apple.
Oh, really? That would be awesome.
That's what. Yeah. So the majority of regular season matches, plus all decision day matches, playoff matches, and MLS Next Pro Cup will be available to watch live and on demand on MLS Season Pass on the Apple TV app.
Bro, that Apple deal keeps getting better and better. If you don't have that,
so majority. So that means not all of them, but
I imagine it's for teams who would be playing at stadiums that aren't fitted out with cameras.
Why do I have a feeling that that's the Galaxy are not going to be one of those teams that records their games or plays their games?
Well, that's because you want people to protest at those games, Ed.
Yeah. Well. But they are. I don't know if you heard that new rule that they're going to institute in MLS Next. Did you see that one?
Mm-mm.
So it's this new rule. It's to decrease time wasting. And so to further decrease, I'll just read the rule. To further decrease preventable match delays and increase effective match time, this season will see the addition of a new timed substitution rule, which will allow a maximum of 10 seconds for a player to leave the field when he is substituted. If the player does not leave the field of play within the 10 seconds, the replacement player will only be able to enter after a 60-second holding period, resulting in the offending team playing a man down for a minimum of 1 minute.
Go to the penalty box.
So penalty box. You got a penalty box.
Penalty boxes, baby.
Yeah, bring that into soccer, man. That's what are they? A sin bin.
Yeah, I mean, I like it's weird because in general, I like watching time wasting. I like seeing the other team get pissed off, but the substitution time wasting just drives me crazy. Yeah, I hate that. So if they're speeding it up at all, I'm into that. And you're just testing it out. You're testing it out in games that ultimately don't really matter. So not a bad thing, not a horrible thing either way.
And here's another thing too. There's no ties.
MLS 1.0, let's do it.
There's no ties. There will be no ties in MLS Next Pro again in 2023. Shootouts using kicks from the penalty mark will return this season to decide a match that is tied after regulation. Both teams will receive 1 point each. So it's, again, hockey rules.
It's hockey rules. Yeah, it's real similar to hockey.
Will receive 1 point each for the tie, with the winner of the shootout receiving 1 additional point. So 2 points total.
Hockey rules.
It's literally hockey rule. In 2022, 20% of all matches resulted in a shootout. So a fifth of the matches resulted in a shootout.
It's a weird stat to include on that list.
Mm-hmm. Implemented in midway through last season, both the off-field treatment rule and red card suspension rule will also return in 2023. Under the off-field treatment rule, if a player is suspected to have an injury and is on the ground for longer than 15 seconds, a medical crew will come onto the field to evaluate the player and assist him off. Once the player is off the field, the player will be treated by the medical staff and will be required to remain off the field for 3 minutes. Under the red card suspension rule, if a player receives a red, he will serve the resulting 1-game suspension against the same opponent.
Wait, what?
So you don't serve a 1-game suspension. You just serve the suspension the next time you play that team.
I kind of like that. It's stupid, but I like it. It's a really weird rule.
That's weird. But I mean, hey, it's MLS, like MLS experiment league basically now, where they're gonna just throw these wacky rules, see if they stick, and then they'll probably implement them into the top division.
Yeah,
but it's weird. But hey,
I'll give it a shot.
Are you excited at all that G2 are going to be back and playing?
Oh yeah. But look, you and me, I've always loved the reserve league.
Yeah,
it's always about the kids and watching them develop. You see it on the first team now with Jalen Neal, Efrain Alvarez, although that Efra train is not going as well as I hoped it would. But it's always great to see the young kids develop. We have a couple good kids down coming through the academy, and it'll be nice to get to actually watch them play more regularly and consistently and see them developing and getting ready for the first team. So yeah, always good, man. I'm glad it's staying around. And if they're still just being Galaxy 2, I'm incentivized to finally finish my Galaxy 2 spreadsheets. So pretty stoked about that.
There you go. All right. Let's get into this game, man. Kansas City 0, Galaxy 0. Not the most exciting game on our end, even though the Galaxy held the majority of possession. I mean, slightly.
Bro, I got a whole thing that I'm ready with. That's like pre this game. They just jumped clear over.
Oh, go! You want to? Let me hear your notes. What you got, man? What do you got about this game?
Leagues Cup at 2023.
Oh, we still got Galaxy news. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, still got Galaxy news. They dropped they dropped the schedule and the groups for the Leagues Cup, which, you know what, obviously natively my default, I was opposed to it because it's stupid to have a tournament against one country when one country has way more teams than the other one. It's a dumb idea. But as I was going through and doing the write-up for this, I got a little more excited for it. So we got grouped into group W3. I don't know how much you followed it. We got grouped into group W3. Where is this at? We got grouped into group W3. We're a seeded team. Yeah, we're a seeded team as we made the playoffs last year. We got grouped along with Leon from Mexico. So big ups McBrady and the Vancouver Whitecaps.
That's the homie Diego's team, man. Gunslinger.
Is it really?
Gunslinger Lars.
I thought McBrady was all about Leon too. Am I tripping?
Maybe.
Might be tripping. Our first game is against Leon on July 25th. Second is against Vancouver on July 29th. Our last MLS game before we break for the Leagues Cup, because we're actually taking the Galaxy will take about a month off. Our last game is Vancouver away, so we'll get to play Vancouver twice in about 2 weeks. We're off from MLS play from July 15th until August 20th. When we come back on August 20th, we'll play RSL. The final and the third place game for the Leagues Cup. Leagues Cup, I skipped right over it. Leagues Cup's is a new tournament. It's not even new. This is the third iteration, but this is the first like real iteration because it kind of got fucked up the last few times.
Well, last year was like a preview of how it was going to be.
Showcase.
The showcase,
Leagues
yeah.
Cup showcase, yeah.
Yeah.
And then but I think the year before got ruined by COVID, or I think it got ruined by COVID. I'm not sure. I don't remember.
And then there was the Superliga, kind of the precursor, the baby of all this.
Look, they're just testing the water to
the
see if
redheaded
you'll throw your
stepchild
money.
of the
Yeah.
of the interleague tournaments now.
So we got grouped with Lyon and Vancouver. We're off of MLS play from the middle of July to the end of to the last week or so of August. The final and the third place game will take place on August 19th. The finalists. Now, see, this is the part I liked. Both finalists and the winner of the third place game automatically qualify for the Champions League. So now I'm like, okay, well,
now there's stakes.
Now I'm incentivized to give something of a shit about this.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really care about winning a Leagues Cup, but I would like a berth back to the Champions League. There's a lot of teams to get through, but three teams getting a shot at the 2024 Champions League is not bad at all. If we top our group, we will face the runner-up of the W2 group, which is RSL, Monterrey, and Seattle. And if we progress past there, we would likely, given who they would end up playing, we would likely play LAFC in the round of 16 if they can get past the S1 runner-up between Austin Mazatlan. Did I pronounce that right?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And Juarez. How's that?
Juarez.
Sorry, black people, we don't really pronounce most of this shit most of the time.
He was like Juarez.
Yes, Juarez. So Austin, Mazatlan, and Juarez. And that would take us to the round of 16 where we would likely play LAFC if they got past one of those three. And then you're what, 2-3 games out and got a real shot at something. So yeah, chance at the Leagues Cup starts July 15th. And there you go.
Right.
One more thing, Ed, if you want. Julian Aud, I think it's Aud. Practically signed.
Julian.
Julian. Juarez. Likely to be signed as a U22. It seems like we were talking about this in Guessman's Discord.
Oh yeah, we spoke about it last week a little bit.
Yeah, what I didn't know is that is likely he's going to get signed as a U22. The U22 spot he's likely to take will probably be Efrain Alvarez's, and then you would move Efrain out of his U22 classification, and then end up tamming his contract down. Well, probably with some of that Ricky Tam money. Now Efrain made over $700,000 last year. You assume he's getting a raise because that's usually how it works. He caps based on the structure of his contract. He's going to cap out at about 800 grand. So yeah, 800. Isn't that fucking crazy? He's going to cap out at about for what? Honestly, with all due respect, for what? Cap out about 800 grand. But you could buy Efrain down with Tam. If you purchase Julian with a U22 designation, it also covers the acquisition fee. So I think the rumored acquisition fee, essentially acquiring him, is going to be around $5 million, which would make him a designated player. So it's more cost effective for the Galaxy to move Efrain Alvarez out of that U22 designation, tam his contract down, and then purchase loan, whatever the deal is, this Julian kid for $5 million as a U22, and then he gets to stay as a U22 till he's 25.
Well, I guess people did want a Tam Winger, but I don't know if they thought that Tam Winger was going to be Efrain Alvarez.
He's the chosen one, Ed. He's the chosen one. So everybody just needs to relax because it's all going to work out.
Isn't that what the Big Mac is? The number one?
So why is it acceptable to fat shame him just because he's a man?
If
he was a woman, you could never make that joke. Bro, you'd be canceled tomorrow.
I think we've said some far worse things than
I think that ship sailed a while ago.
yeah, I think that's definitely something a while ago. I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm excited, and from financial standpoint, I mean, that's the smarter of the moves.
Mhm.
You get this young, talented, left back who, and again, these 5 year deals. I mean,
That's the
you're
scary part.
you're you're putting a lot on the line for a player that, one, yeah, he's played quite a bit of games for his team
Mhm.
at a young age, but still, it's a big gamble to take.
Yeah, I just got a text. I just got a text from the big guy. He's on his way.
Who's the big guy?
The fat guy.
Ben
Yeah.
on his
Bro,
way. We're gonna.
I was trying to do like mystery podcast stuff where it was like, ooh, I better keep listening so I can know who it is.
Oh yeah, I mean mystery guy.
Suck at this, Ed.
We got to send him the link
Yeah.
to hop in.
But we're purchasing 75% of this Julian kid's rights. I think Lanaus is keeping the other 25.
It's
Or we're
not.
only purchasing
It's not Laanus.
you and your pronunciations today are just not on point, Ed.
Lanús.
So yeah, but it's good. It's good maneuvering of the salary structure. It's good maneuvering of the contract. If it all works out, then great. Hopefully he's amazing because we've certainly had some issues at left back.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely something that we talked about last week too. It's maybe some players playing a little bit too aggressive because they know that someone is coming in for that spot.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully it's something that's can get solved quickly. Because I know the new right back that we're getting in Caligari, how do you pronounce it?
Caligari.
Greg says he should have been here within a couple days, and that was at the end of last week. So I've
Well,
been
he just
seeing
posted a couple
photos
days ago. A
that
couple
he was
days
like
ago, he
leaving.
posted
Yeah.
his farewell to the Fluminense fans, and it certainly seems like it's moving along. It's just taking its time.
Well, like most things that happen, we don't have the best of track records recently where these guys take about months to get onto this team.
Hey,
Um,
how Ed? How could they have possibly known they were going to sell Julian?
I mean, yeah, yeah,
Made an agreement on January 31st. How could they have possibly known?
you know, yeah. Oh, do you hear the baby?
Uh,
Okay.
is that for
Uh,
the best?
yeah. Anything else before we move on to the
No,
Kansas
I
City
think
game?
that's it.
Okay. Again, Kansas City, nothing draw. Um,
We did
Galaxy,
lose.
we didn't lose. We did not lose. We probably should have lost.
It wasn't
Most
great.
definitely should have lost. If it wasn't for Bond and his 11 saves, everything on the night is what they said.
I think that's
Uh,
correct.
yeah, and he was named, which I guess this is a thing now. It's not team of the week or it's not whatever. He was named to team of the match day.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the name of whatever award they're giving
Well,
out.
they track it by like it's match day 4, match day 5. That's how Ed, that's how they do it in England. That's how you know it's right.
Oh, that's how you know. Yeah, exactly. That's how you know
That's
it's
how you know
correct.
it's the right way to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they invented it, so we gotta put respect on their name.
They didn't invent it. It's fine. If you look at the history at all, they codified the rules that we all play by now. They didn't
Yeah.
invent it.
But it was a night of first. First points, first shutout season, and also the first start for Jalen Neal. We spoke about him earlier, but nice first start
My
for
boy,
the
it's so
for the
proud.
for our young kid.
So proud.
Yeah, man. What'd you think of his performance in his first start?
Um, it's weird because look, obviously, I'm a huge Jalen Neal fan. Have been for quite some time. Um, he's moved into this weird place where you can't really kind of like, I mean, to be fair, kind of like Efrain had a couple years ago, where you couldn't really like logically or critically or logically or emotionlessly critique a performance because now you have outside forces that are very vocal in an emotional based defense. I thought the first half he had early in the first half, he had some shaky moments, and made a couple questionable decisions. He left the defenders with a lot of grass. Um, Almost like he was, didn't want to get beat. But then as the game progressed, even the first half progressed, he kind of calmed down and started playing his normal game. He transitioned to the first team almost playing a similar style to the way he played at G2, but it feels more like you're watching a grown man or a young man, who's developing, um, kind of finding his place in a team. Not picking on the kid, but where there's a contrast to Efrain, where you see him almost trying to do too much and you know um, trying to dribble through 4 or 5 guys as if it was Galaxy 2. You just see Jalen playing calm, get the ball, get it out. Always watching a runner. He had one play that, watching it in real time, it looked like he left way too much space for the Kansas attacker, but then upon replay, you're like, oh, he's closing that man down and shutting down the angle, but he's also shutting down his passing angle so he can't square the ball through the middle where the guy's going to take a shot. It looked good. He very promising, very promising. And given the way Kansas was kind of overloading us, the fact that he still had a good performance it speaks even more highly of him. So proud of him, man. Good on the kid. He's certainly one to watch.
Yeah, like I said, it's impressive, to be so young, and then basically on your second time out there, you're like, all right, to go at it, and historically, Kansas City has always been kind of a tough team for us to play. Luckily, what was his name? Johnny Russell was out of the game, so he wouldn't be able to take
when Joe
take
Tatino was like, as long as Johnny Russell doesn't play, we should be okay.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he wasn't wrong, right?
Yeah, it worked out.
But yeah, I mean, I was definitely impressed. I think it's good to see that with circumstances the way they are, Jalen getting minutes. Um, you're definitely seeing some players that you might not have seen start these games had we had probably a fully fleshed out team. Um, I don't know if you see like a memo. Rodriguez get as many starts or as many minutes as he has been getting. Um, I don't know if you see,
Kid's got a mean first touch though, doesn't he? He did
he does.
that.
Oh yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
drop down again. It's the second game in a row he's done it. I'm like, fuck. If you
Uh,
just did everything else a little bit better,
yeah.
you would be incredible.
And I know it's been a little rough for Dejan as well. Um,
They can't
it's
find that kid.
yeah, and it's been rough. It's just you haven't really one. It's the service, right? I don't know even if
It's
if you
mostly
have
the service.
yeah, I don't know if you even have Chicha in there. You can be like, oh well, maybe he can do a little better on some of the opportunities that he gets, but it's very rare when he gets any.
There are times where it seems almost like he's running away from the point. Like
Mm,
they're just none of them are on the same page. Like he's running almost in the opposite direction than where the midfield wants to pass the ball to him. But also, there doesn't seem to be a lot of line breaking runs and line breaking. Like Efrain, you see Efrain try to break the lines with his runs, but he ends up running into 4 guys.
yeah.
And every player in the league knows, play the kid to his right foot, and there's nothing. But there's not a lot of like line breaking runs and line breaking passes that are getting through to Dejan. So you're just seeing him drop deeper and deeper and deeper to try to find the game. And it's just, yeah, he looks frustrated. The team looks frustrated. It's not good.
Now, what do you think of Bond's performance? Is something that we should praise or something that we should, um, be discrediting because the defense was letting all these shots happen, or what were your feelings on that?
You definitely shouldn't discredit it because I mean we were, what was it, at halftime we were outshot 17-1, and that game ended with a clean sheet. You can't. There's no discrediting it. It's team effort. I mean, I thought as best they could, the defense played pretty well. Where Kansas had a lot of mostly low quality shots, but they had a couple chances that they probably could have scored on, and Bond was big. He was big when he was called on. That's all you can ask for. To your point earlier, he had 11 saves with a clean sheet. He also made 12 saves with a clean sheet versus San Jose in May of 2021. He's the only keeper in the last decade to have 2 10+ save clean sheets in games in Major League Soccer. Like, it's nice to see him on again, because it felt like we were slumping a little bit, and in the off season it seemed like perhaps they missed out on a keeper they would have much rather had that went somewhere else. I think he went to Europe, and then you ended up re-upping Bond. So it's great to see him like showing up and kind of getting after, especially after that Dallas game where we're just getting demolished.
Yeah.
To come back and put up a really, really strong clean sheet, you gotta applaud him individually, even if you're kind of discounting everything else around it.
Yeah, man. I again, I'm with you on that. I think it's something that we should be happy that Bond is able to come up with those games, especially after a week after where um it wasn't the best of games from both the defense and himself. So to come back like this and yeah, it's Kansas
Come back
City. Kansas
strong.
City hasn't, I don't think, haven't even scored a goal in 3 games. Um, so I mean, I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to throw salt on the.
Sounds like you're shitting on Bond, Ed. I'll be
Yeah,
honest with
no, no,
you.
no. I'm really not. I think it's great, and hopefully, it can build some confidence, and
Oh fuck
um,
yeah.
going forward, we can build off of this draw, and get in the first
Yeah.
point of the season.
San Lorenzo won, so
Oh,
fucking thrilled.
anything else before I go into Big Tony's email, sir?
Let me see. Kansas. Yeah, a real quick stat run. I we were so overrun at halftime, and these stats don't really make sense because I don't have the end of game stats for you, because whatever. But at halftime we were outshot 17-1. They had 8 shots in the box. We had 0. We blocked 6 of them, so a lot of that is that defense helping Bond out as best he can. We ended the half with a 0.04 xg to Kansas's 0.71. That ain't good. XG, for those who don't know, I'm mostly explaining these things to Erica whenever I talk about these. XG is statistically expected goals based on the placement of our shots and where we're getting chances. So based on how we were playing in an attacking sense, you could statistically expect us to get 0.04 goals based on how we were playing. I think that's right. If it's not right, nobody correct me. I don't care. I'm good, sir.
All right, let's get into Big Tony's email again. Thank you,
I'm
Big
so
Tony, for
tired.
these.
It's ridiculous.
We're
It's
almost there.
fucking ridiculous, dude. I'm
Tucker, we're
crashing
half.
hard.
Whoa, we're halfway there.
Oh, I'm not even
Whoa,
gonna make it to Ben.
living on a prayer. Nah, Ben's gonna have to wait. He'll have to wait till
Yeah.
next week.
Next week, Ben.
Yeah. All right, prognostication. So the Galaxy. I feel like last Saturday was a loss, even though the G's drew. Maybe it was the lack of goals or the many goal scoring opportunities. How did the G's have 53% of possession, but only had 8 total shots with 2 on target, while the Wiz had 30 shots with 11 on target? You think when a team wins the possession battle, they might actually have more shots than the other team? Well, the G's heard that and said, hold my health shake. Anyways, we all saw the G's finish the game 0-0. Great job by Bond. Just no real offense to speak of. How did everyone do this week? Well, Ed, Chris, and Pippi all predicted a loss. Oh ye little faith. But producer Ben correctly predicted a draw. Unfortunately, he said 1-1 draw, so no bonus points for him. However, that 1 point is enough for Ben to claim the lead. He is now in first with 3 points. The amazing Pippi is in second with 2, and Chris and Ed are still stuck at 0. It's only been 2 games, so Ed's probably mathematically eliminated, but everyone else has a chance. Yeah, that's probably true. Listener predictions. What about the listeners? Well, 22 people said that the Galaxy would win, and 21 said the Wizards would win. Surprisingly, it was so close to 50-50. I guess there was a lot of people who don't feel good about. I'm sorry. I guess there's a lot of people who don't feel good about the direction of the team, especially when Chris Klein is involved. And don't be fooled. Sure, he's been suspended for a year, but he's mucking things up left and right. Anyway, what about the people who predicted the draw? Well, we had 10 people correctly predict the draw, but just like Ben, every single one expected someone scoring. So all of them got a single point for the week. Points to Michael W., Darth Musk, which is a great name, Jeff in 109, Forces from Above, Fredo, Kevin R., Nathan, Roberto, Sabrina, and Bixby.
You hear my microwave?
No.
All right, sweet.
Dude, you having a what are you eating right now, dude?
Nothing. I'm making. Oh, so like, I took it. I taken an emergency because we're not gonna
Oh,
talk about it here. But I had like a really weird sickness last night. I make it like a tea, so I warm up my because I drink it so often that I'm like, hey, got to figure out ways to make it a little better. So I warm it up and then make my emergency. I drink that shit and go to bed. It's nice.
okay. Overall,
The
alfalfa
fuck you all
guy.
up in my shit, dude? What's wrong with you?
I was like, damn, dude, what you eating
Supposed to
at
be supporting
almost
me.
midnight over there?
Nah, yeah,
Uh,
just emergency.
overall, alfalfa guy still leads with 2 points. Then 15 listeners are tied with 1 point. Interestingly, no one who scored points last week got points this week, and all who booked points this week didn't get any last week. What does it mean? Well, I don't know, but I wonder if there's a multiple. If there, but I wonder if. Sorry, I don't know, but I wonder if there are multiple camps out there that don't intersect. Those who expect losses, those who foresee the draws, and the faithful that expect wins every week. Time will tell. This week's links should be emailed out by the time Ed reads this all. On a quick side note, this is the first time that Sabrina is officially ahead of Matthew. Keep it up,
Hey,
Sabrina. All right, looking forward. This Saturday, the G's return home to face Vancouver Whitecaps. But is it really a home game if your fans aren't there? This weekend, we'll see how much of an impact the boycott will make on the game. Supporters are still united in their refusal to be in the stands, so it might be quiet. If you are going, please don't buy anything. Eat and drink before the game. Don't give any money more. Don't give any more money to AEG and the Galaxy. Not until Klein and Crosby are gone. I know we all want to be there cheering our teams on, but stay strong. Make them feel the absence of the fans. Anyway, back to the game. Vancouver hasn't been great in the league action this year, having lost two and drawn one. They lost to RSL and San Jose, both on 2-1 scorelines, and were able to draw with Dallas 1-1. However, the Whitecaps faced Real España in the CONCACAF Champions League and came away with a 5-0 win in the first leg. The second leg actually happens on Wednesday afternoon at 3 p.m., which, I don't know, have you seen the score on that yet? Do you want to look it up
nah. Yeah, I'll look it up.
Okay. Considering the current score, I'd expect Vancouver to rest their key players so they are ready to play on Saturday. When we look at our own team, the G's have only scored 1 goal so far, coming from Joveljic against Dallas. Other than that, they haven't looked very dangerous going forward. We can't get the ball to Joveljic, and I worry Ricky is starting to pick up bad habits playing for such a bad team. Our opponents seem to have figured out what they need to do to double. Our opponents seem to have figured out that they need to double up on Ricky. So that means others need to step up to create the chances or score themselves. Do we have the players to do that? That might be too tall of an order for the G's. There's little movement off the ball to open up space, and when our players do move, it's so slow. How bad could this weekend? How bad could it be this weekend? Is the question that Tony ends it with. So I'll throw it to you, Chris. What are your feelings on this weekend's game? It is technically our home opener since the 1st game was moved due to the inclement weather.
Well, that's not our home anyway. It used to be. So it's
Yeah.
not. It wasn't a home opener no matter what.
So
Doesn't matter what fucking moron decides that it is.
What are your feelings on this game coming
My
up on?
emergency tea is bomb, by the way. I know you're wondering.
I was wondering. Thank you.
I'm so ready to retire. It's ridiculous. It's over, man. It's all done. Uh yeah, I mean I think we're gonna, I think we'll be all right. Um I don't think Vancouver is great, although they put to answer your earlier question, they put a walloping on Real España. They lost today 3-2, but ended the series with a 3-7 aggregate in their favor. So they move on to the what is it, round of 8 or quarterfinals, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
I do think we're going to win. I think there'll be enough behind them, and it seems like in general, between, even though we got kind of walked over by SKC, we were stout in defense, which was the big problem in the first week. And because with you can't have two of your designated players out in this league and be thriving, especially if they're attacking designated players. So it's to be expected that we're not scoring goals at a high rate. It's more about getting the defense to be on the same page and defending properly and locking that all down. Seems like we're trending in the right direction. You imagine it continues to trend in the right direction and they end up getting a win against Vancouver. That would be my bet if I had to make one. What do you think?
Yeah, if I'm putting my money on what the results of this game would be, I'm not confident. I still don't think the Galaxy um have put together really that much of a even string of good play. I think maybe like the first half of that Dallas game up until the last like minute or so was probably the best they've looked so far.
Mm-hmm.
But
I'd
even
agree
then,
with that.
it wasn't great. I do agree with Big Tony in his email where it's I think Ricky is now um doing a little too much because he understands that his other teammates probably aren't going to do what he expects of them or
Mm-hmm.
or or a level that he wants them to be at.
There's a gap of quality between.
Yes.
There's a huge gap in quality between him and basically everyone.
So I
And they're
understand.
also they're still playing, and they're playing that Beckham game where it's figure out how to get the ball to Ricky in the safest way possible,
Mhm.
and then hope he can work some magic. We did it with Beckham. We did it with Gerard. We did it with Zlatan. We're doing it with Ricky. Figure out how to get him the ball without it being intercepted, and then pray that he can figure out whatever the next move is. Um, when you have, when he even at least with Cabral, he had speed, where he could outlet the ball out to the corner, and Cabral's going to beat most players in the league. Um, it's just not the situation right now. So yeah, I mean, I like that. It sounds like we're going to be split on it. So you and I can hopefully separate and overtake a dog and Ben in this game and try to get
And
somewhere.
when you say we, you mean you obviously because there's no chance I get
There's no
up.
way. There's no way I successfully am back to back to back to back to back champions this year. I think this is a year I finally get overtaken. At some point in the season, I'm going to start paying attention, and then they're done.
Well,
I'm going to start coming up with these guesses in advance.
I'm putting my money on Pippi.
Go with the dog.
That's why I want to dethrone you.
The dog, yeah, I'd
Yeah.
probably retire. That'd probably be it.
We just never play this game again.
Just never, I never arbitrarily guess Galaxy scores again,
Yeah.
and I hang put my jersey in the rafters.
Just hang it
I
up
don't know,
there.
man. I'm hopeful.
Hang it up there next to Taylor Swift.
I don't. If this is the problem, this is really where my thought process is. If say the protest is strong, say it's really strong, and all of ACB is out, all of Outlaws are out, all of Galaxians are out, all of Ghost Ultras are out, all of Lars is out, everybody's out, and they lose, that crowd might turn pretty fast
On the Galaxy or
on the
or
Galaxy.
the protests.
I don't give a fuck if they turn on the protests. Like I said,
Speaking of that,
it's irrelevant.
I do want to mention the collective that like they made a post out collectively throughout the supporters groups.
Mm-hmm.
This one from the Lars Instagram. There will be a protest outside the stadium in Legends Plaza at 6:30 p.m. on the day of the game before the game. This is open to all Galaxy fans, whether you're part of a supporters group or not. If you want to hold the leaders at the Galaxy accountable and make your voice heard, bring a sign, your voice, or anything you can and protest on the 18th. After the protest, we will watch the game at our local viewing party location. So again, we talked about how there's protests before the game, and they're still going to go support the Galaxy by watching online.
Chris, do you know where Lars is for the viewing party?
It's probably going to be at Schulbs. I don't know how you pronounce it. Schulbs,
Schlaub.
where they have the Riot Squad IPA. If you ever want to try that,
Hey, see,
on
I knew
tap.
where we were. I just wanted to fucking t-ball you up there, sir.
Yeah, you guys are. But yeah, so if you wanna join in that, again, if you are the ones who feel that you are still want to go to the games, um, I implore you to maybe reconsider that. But if you are, please don't spend money in the stadium. Take the
Just just wait for the Galaxy 2 games. They're free.
Yeah, take the bus, take the so you don't pay for parking. Don't spend any money inside. Um, if you do want to show your support, both for the protesting fans and still get your monies for your tickets, I think please don't buy anything. Don't spend any extra money. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, back to the game. Um, yeah, man, I think having uh Vancouver go on this nice scoring run against the team. I think they're actually from Honduras. Um, that giving them a little confidence. I think it's going to be bad for the Galaxy. I think the Galaxy are not a confident team. I think I did see that Sega Koulibaly's back. I think I
I
saw him
know
in
they
one of
were
their.
expecting him back sometime this week.
I think I saw him in one of their hype videos today where
Hmm.
they asked questions of is it called football, soccer, or football? So I was like, I remember seeing that video. Um,
Just those three options, by the way.
yeah, no
Just those
Calcio.
three. There's no. Why would you?
You know,
Why would you ask? How do you think they go about determining which languages they ask questions about? Like, what's your favorite? I'd love to see what the player's favorite Greek word is.
not
What's your
foosball.
favorite German word?
It's not foosball.
No? Why not your favorite German word? Why not your favorite Italian word?
Yeah, man, I don't understand.
Like I got no problem with what your favorite Spanish word is. I just don't understand how you come up with capping it at your favorite Spanish word. But I will say this, sir. More people are seeing it. That's all I've ever asked. More people are seeing the obvious race
Well,
baiting.
yeah. Well, that's the thing is I think it's
They're
kind
too
of hard
lazy to
not to
hide
see
it.
it.
They're too lazy to hide it.
Yeah, it's kind of hard not to notice
Like I don't want to
what they're
bring up.
doing.
I'm not trying to bring up my boy's name in a bad way, but Brendan Hannon, he's guilty of it as well. When he was director of marketing or whatever they're called, he was guilty of it as well. But he was smart enough to be subtle in it, so that it's not overt. Them saying, "Hey, we think these group of people are more important than these group of people." Current Galaxy, like they're all terrible. Everyone there is awful. I'm sure there's a couple. Jonathan Moulter, he's great.
You're cool, dude.
Merced when he was there, he's great. I'm sure there's other great people.
I'm
Malter
sure.
definitely. Malter's my favorite.
Yeah, he's all
Love
right.
me some Jonathan Malter. Rub that shiny head
I love
like
that
a
dude.
skinny white Buddha. Mm, I miss your head, Malter. Yay. Hey, hey, don't you judge me.
Maybe more ways than one.
Hey, every way. It's a lot
Every
of
which
good
way.
brain up there. Top tier brain that man
You got a
has.
good dome, sir. You got a good dome. Yeah. So I'm not too confident about this game. But I think it's more so. I feel like I'm not as confident in this team in general.
Hmm.
Uh, it's still a lot of pieces that seem like it's missing. Even if we the Galaxy bring in those two outside backs, it's not gonna fix the problem of not being able to score or not
Yeah.
being able to uh have the team connected and seem like they're playing as a unit. It just seems. I mean, it's still early. Again, it's second game of the season, so I try to take
Third.
that, but
Should have been fourth.
should have been, yeah. But this will be the third game of the season, and so uh to I'm trying to not be overly critical because I know it's still early, but it's not. And everything I've seen, um it's not instilling confidence that this team will um I mean make playoffs or whatever.
Wow. I mean, it's
Okay.
definitely still early. The concerning part is Greg talking about the need and the importance to start strong right off the bat because there's so many games. And, realistically, right off the bat, we should already be at two losses and a draw going into the air quotes home opener. So to that point, yeah, I mean, I get the potential frustration and all that. It's a lot of games this year, man. I think Greg said we could play upwards of 60 something games if we make it all the way if we make it all the way through. It's a lot of fucking games, and we're not a deep team by any stretch of the imagination. And there's a lot of teams, so you're trying to you're effectively trying to start as strongly as possible. And we really haven't. And the issues and the errors are very evident, very clear. But again, as we've said for a couple of years on this show now, if I can figure out what's wrong, my assumption is you can figure out what's wrong. because you know way more than I do, and you're around it all the time. Uh-oh.
Here comes
Uh-oh.
trouble.
Uh-oh. Is trouble coming? Where is he at? You guys might not be able to say,
There
oh,
he
there's my
is.
man.
Ah,
Oh, what's up, Grandpa
gentlemen.
Ben?
Looking
How are
like
you doing, sir?
a fresh pile of goo.
You look great.
Miss
You
you too,
look like a
fucker.
Canadian. You look like a Canadian cartoon character.
Yeah, you know what, Rodriguez? You better settle down, man.
What
I
did I do?
I I got leverage on you right now. All right.
Whoa.
Look at you, sir. I appreciate it. Well, welcome, Ben.
Ben's
I
got the
mean,
picks.
I was hoping you were gonna come right before we're gonna end. So he joined, and then we're like, all right, bye, guys, and then
All right,
that's it.
bye.
You know that is my mo, just to come right before we end. So that's like right in there.
Well, here's a question, man.
Yeah.
Have you been watching these last couple games?
I missed the first game. I caught that second game. I mean,
So let's get your
Do you have
thoughts.
the Apple TV thing? You got the whole Apple
I
TV
do.
sign up? That
I
shit's
do. I have
dope,
the
isn't it?
Apple TV sign up. It is. It's cool. It's cool. In fact, I've seen more other MLS soccer than I have Galaxy
Yep.
soccer.
It's terrible for growing the league as far as
Yes.
getting casuals in, but I definitely think it's time we stop focusing on that and we start hardening, getting your current diehard MLS fans to watch games that don't affect them in any real way, and start spreading out. You know, we got to get like a Monday night football thing going on. We got to get a Monday night MLS game, more
Yeah.
Sunday games, kind of spread it out a little bit. But
Yeah.
fucking glad you're
My
here,
only
man.
too. Yeah. My only concern with the Apple package is the fact that like you said, we're not going to get casual highlights on ESPN, on
Fuck
Sports
them.
Center, like
Fuck ESPN.
so.
Fuck
Well, I
ESPN.
mean,
Fuck Sports Center. Fuck them all. What they Ben?
well, okay.
They've had 25 years, and we get our games preempted
Yes.
for high school baseball. Fuck them.
It's also the other content that they have, like Football America, the Hercules Gomez show. No MLS highlights on top tens there. Nothing like I mean, those
Ah,
are North
he
American
ain't gonna
soccer
talk about
fans.
us positively. He ain't gonna say
Actually, he
nothing
does.
nice about us. Fuck
He's
him.
been
He actually
recently.
he actually does talk nice about the Galaxy.
That's because
I
he
mean,
hates
talk
Chris
nicer
Klein.
about
Everybody
Seattle, but
does.
everybody does.
Look,
Yeah,
man, you find a common enemy, like you know, it'll bring everyone together, brings the family together.
Yeah. Just like having been back now,
you
Ed and I
guys
are
though,
getting
man.
along.
So Benny,
Whatever.
we're here. What do you think of the next game then? Because we're talking about
Where are
Vancouver.
we at? Yeah.
We're talking about Vancouver home game, first home game of the season. Uh, what do you think, man? What's
Well, first of all, have you guys stated whether or not, or Ed, you especially, whether or not you're participating, not participating, boycotting, not part? What's like? Have you said anything publicly about that?
so obviously you have not been listening to the last couple shows that we've been doing.
Wait, you guys are still doing shows?
Hey man,
Sometimes.
sometimes when we're feeling when we're feeling it and we're like, hey, let's do it tonight, I guess. Whatever. No, but we've talked about it. We're on the Klein out train. We've been on that train for a while now. But I definitely think we're not gonna go until like I was really excited, with the birth of my daughter. I'm gonna take her to the first games. Like I'm gonna be there as much as possible to share the place that I have grown up and become an
You
adult
don't
in.
want you don't want to bring her to hang out with the unwashed masses just yet. Let her get a little immunity, immune system first.
5 weeks.
I
5 weeks I
know.
took Davian. Don't
I
listen to
know.
him, Ed.
I know, dude.
In the
I know
capo
you were,
box, 5 weeks
were.
in.
I know you were crazy when you died. I thought you were crazy back then.
Well, here's the thing: is at least she has her shots now, so I mean it'll be a little bit better.
She has her
You guys
shot. She can be
understand.
around Lars.
Yeah,
You guys understand, as a species, we survived a couple 100,000 years. Your kid will be fine.
barely.
Your kid will be fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the human races have barely been on this planet for a
but
millisecond
we
of how long the planet's been.
but we're here. We're running shit.
Ask me that question in like 60 years. We'll see.
I will be dead.
60 years? Do you think you'll be dead?
Hell yeah, I'll be dead for sure. You too.
Well, Ben, you got like
Well,
Ben,
you're
you'll
both.
be
like 15, 20 tops.
Immediately, both of us like, oh, wait, I got it.
I know. No, you guys
It's
can
like, Ben,
both
you'll
go
be
fuck yourselves.
174 by then.
Oh man.
Hey, didn't they say like the first person is gonna be 150 is alive today, man?
He's alive today, yeah.
But they're in like some third world country.
No, you think?
They always live. The people in
Oh,
like
they
third
can't
world
be in
countries, they always live
America.
long, man. No, hell no, not
Our life
American.
expectancy is going down. Yeah.
Too much processed food, and they're making like Mountain Dew Cheeto flavor. So I don't know if that's gonna be us.
What? Why do you
Look it
know
up.
that exists?
Look it up, man.
That can't be real.
It's absolutely real.
Hey Ben, do you think off the top of your head that herpes is curable? Like, do you think they've made advances in herpes to
In
make
your
it curable
experience, when
now?
you had herpes, did they
Dude,
cure it? Did they just give you like
first of all, am I Googling herpes curable or am I Googling Cheetos or whatever the hell Ed
Well,
said?
I got Mountain Dew. I just mean off the top of your head, do you think herpes might be curable today?
Oh man, you would think that most diseases that we actually, let me rephrase that. Knowing the medical system, being through everything, no shit, man. We don't know fucking the medical system doesn't know shit. I
It's all a
mean,
guess.
yeah, dude, 100 years from now, they're gonna be looking at like all these life-saving stuff that we do, like with chemotherapy, like we look at leeches and shit, you know?
so. So when you killed the hooker that gave you the herpes, um, was it
Before
because it was
before she took
uncurable?
her last breath.
Because it wasn't curable, or we were like you weren't sure at the time?
It just depends what kind of herpes, man.
Okay,
You know?
I like that
that's
like
fair.
jacket you got going. That's like a Jay-Z jacket. I
I
like your
was
setup
saying,
right now, Ben. Yeah.
a little style, man.
And
I
Ed, the fact that not only is it Cheetos Mountain Dew, it's flaming hot Cheetos
Flaming
Mountain
hot,
Dew.
yeah,
is it
exactly.
serious?
Oh, it's
It's
Damn.
real,
100%
dude.
real.
It's
Yeah, it's
100% real.
100% real. There's
This
also by the way,
country, man.
There's Mountain Dew like top ramen. But that's a I don't know which one. I don't want anybody to get mad at me. That's an Asian country. I don't know which Asian country, neither do you, so calm the fuck down. But it's written in a language that looks like it would,
Well, I feel like it would be like a Japan,
land on
right?
that part of the world. Hey, I don't know. I don't want to
And
say that. And then
apparently herpes these days is like curable, or I don't know. Maybe this is just some BS herbal supplement thing.
you see, Ben's got those dark web websites that I don't even know about.
Yeah, so that's the thing. He has
See how
sources.
It
quick
is.
you
Hold
see
on.
how
It
quick he got
is.
a completely different answer than me.
He's like, Tucker,
It's
you just take these horse supplements and
yeah.
Yeah, you're
you'll be
Take
taking the
these
wrong
horse
fine.
one.
supplements and don't worry about it.
It's like I heard it on Joe Rogan. It's fine.
You'll be fine, sir. You'll be fine.
Don't even worry about it. Just take them, Tuck. Just take them.
You'll be
Just
all
take them,
right.
you'll be fine. You took
You'll
the
be all
vaccine.
right.
To take these, you'll be all right.
Yeah, exactly.
You already got the microchip in you, so these will be fine.
Oh man, it's nice to have you here, sir.
Yeah, Ben. Hopefully, Ben, are we having plans to come back to the studio next week, or
Oh,
what's going on?
get him on the spot.
Is it still
So
flooded?
man, so we were
Explain
good
what happened.
until last
Explain what
night, man.
happened.
So obviously the studio is in the garage, right in the back. So the water builds up between the back wall and the garage is. So I had sealed it, but for a few years, whatever, that seal kind of wore off. I resealed it, but last night's rain. I mean, it rained here yesterday. Last night, and what do you think? Like from like maybe 7 o'clock and didn't stop until I don't know, like probably 3, 4 in the morning. I mean, it rained
Well,
pretty
yeah,
heavy
we
here.
were actually supposed to record yesterday, and my internet went
Yeah.
out because it was raining so hard over here.
So now it didn't. I think it flooded today from the back wall, but from where the door is, from that side entrance where you walk in the door. I
Okay.
think so. I have to seal that up. I have it out right now with the dehumidifier and everything. So
Yeah,
he's
because
taking
you got
everything.
to get a better setup than those Bluetooth earbuds. It's not going to work.
Dude, I know.
You keep like spiking it in and out.
The guy who has
Yeah,
1,000 microphones in his house, he can't have one that connects to his
He
goddamn
just got
iPhone.
home. He raced
Dude.
home.
Come on, dude. I ran into. So this is pretty cool. My daughter practices at Dignity because we haven't talked since then. But you guys, I think I told both of you, she made the elite team for beach.
The
And,
elite, the elite.
and she so they practice at Dignity, and today they practiced right after the academy team. Greg Vanny is out there with the academy team today. And they're coaching the academy team.
Ben's like, Klein out.
They can't sign anyone, so they're like, all right, we're gonna have to bring some of these
I
dudes
know.
up.
Well, he was coaching the 2010s. So what the U13s, which I thought was pretty crazy. Kind of come to find out his kid's on that team. So
Oh, well, there you go.
so I'm not that crazy. I think
Well,
this
there
game
you
is
go.
actually, yeah, yeah. But man, that dude drives a sick ass Tesla. I'm just telling you, man. Um,
Tesla. I kind of respect that less, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's nothing that I
I
would
kind
brag
of think
about.
less of him.
Yeah,
Give me some.
hmm.
You're head coach of the Galaxy, man. Destroy the
I don't know.
environment.
I don't know Vanny. Well, I don't know why Vanny seems like a Dodge Durango kind of guy to me.
Strangely specific.
I know this from a Mini Cooper guy.
Not anymore, man. That's gone.
Do whatever, dude. You drove him. You'll forever be a Mini Cooper guy, Ed.
Hey, man, don't worry about me.
Type.
Don't worry about me, Ben.
I do worry about you, Ed. I worry, like
So,
seriously, I worry about you.
so what's the percentage of us being in the studio next week? What's
I say it's 50-50 right now.
all right?
But if we're not, I'll at least have a better mic because I ordered a USB mic. It pained me
Of
to
course you
order a
did.
USB mic. Of course I did, yeah. So
Well,
yeah,
hopefully we can, and that means we can kind of go back into live if we come back in the studio. So I miss the interaction with the fans on or the listeners on the YouTubes.
Bro, shit's at like 7 o'clock in the afternoon. What are you talking about?
What do you mean?
What's like 7 o'clock when we started recording?
Well, yeah, I know. I mean, before it was like what 10 o'clock
Oh
we
yeah.
started recording and shit.
Speaking of which,
We're not all right. Well, Ben.
well, we got to get our predictions in.
Oh, predictions, yes. So
oh,
Ben,
wait. Am I leading the prediction game, by the way?
you are now. You
You're
are
winning.
officially you're ahead by 1 point. You're beating oh no, three. You have 3 points, I believe. And then Pippi has one or two. Let me go back to the email. Yeah, you
How
have
did you guys fucking pick a loss last week? Come on, man. Sporting Kansas City is not a good team. I mean, we're
you
not
Yeah,
a good
but did
team.
you
have you
did
seen
you
them
They
watch
are
us get
not a
smacked
good team.
around by Dallas?
They maybe that was the thing is I didn't watch the Dallas game, so
Yeah, there you go. You're in the lead with 3 points. Pippi has two, and Chris and I have nothing. So you have a firm lead ahead of us for sure. But Pippi's right behind you.
you guys pick.
So I think Chris is your Gordon Big Tony's picking order. You're first, sir.
I will take 2-0 Galaxy. Maybe 1-0 Galaxy.
Kind of need a
Fuck, it's
final
gonna be
answer
2
here,
nothing
brother.
now. It's gonna be 2-0 now. Well, whichever one I pick, it's gonna be the other one now.
Which means Ed's taking the other one.
I'll take 2-0 foolishly. Yeah, I'll take 2-0 Dejan and Efrain Alvarez.
Bold. That's bold,
That is
sir.
bold.
Deserves
That's
an
very
extra
bold.
point if we're honest, but it's fine.
All
But it's
right.
fine.
Well, I don't see us doing back-to-back clean sheets.
No.
Oh no, you're no, so you're
I'll
nothing.
take.
It's
No,
locked in.
I'll take.
sir.
You're locked
No,
in.
no, no, no.
You're locked
No,
in.
you're locked
What are you
in.
talking?
You're locked in,
The
sir.
episode's not even over. I'll take Ricky and Efrain Alvarez.
Oh, so you're keeping Efrain. That's the one you're keeping.
Yeah. Oh, Efrain scoring, baby. Hashtag Efrain Alvarez train.
Okay,
And I'm losing my back-to-back record, trusting Efrain Alvarez to be the new number 7 for the LA Galaxy.
You're jumping on in his McBack.
It's terrible.
I'm definitely going to go. I don't
Fat
have the
shame my
confidence in this team. I'm definitely thinking this team loses 3-1. I'll say our goal.
Wow.
I say our goal comes from.
Ooh, brutal.
Yeah, I'll say our goal comes from. I'll go Ricky. I'll go Ricky with our one goal.
Freeway Ricky.
But yeah, 3-1
Yeah.
loss.
I think you're high, Ed. Edibles these days? Is that it?
No, just lack of sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, God, I'm torn. Like, I definitely don't think we lose this game. See a draw, but I can see, I can see a draw that feels like a loss, like a late equalizer from Vancouver. I definitely don't think we get 2 clean sheets in a row,
Yeah, I
but I
don't think
think we
so.
will win. I'm gonna go 2-1. I'm gonna go 2-1 Galaxy. I should probably go 2-2, but I'm gonna say 2-1 Galaxy, and I'm gonna say Dejan and what the hell? We'll go the new guy, Rodriguez.
You guys are the
Uh,
ones who are high, who thinking this team's going to score multiple goals in a game.
Efren Alvarez brace incoming.
Right.
All over your face.
Well, Benjamin, it's always good to see you, sir. It's good talking to you. Hopefully we can get you on next week.
Yes.
Other than that, we'll talk to you guys next week for sure. Maybe we'll be in the studio.
Benny, the fuck you Brian has been requested several times.
Oh
yeah, you guys send me
times.
that. You guys send me that audio link so I can put it at the end of the shows.
All right. Yeah.
All right, gentlemen.
And then
oh yeah, go ahead.
We'll talk offline. Go ahead.
No, we'll see you guys next week. Go follow us on the Twitters, on the Instagrams, all that stuff, the YouTubes, all that. Hopefully next week we might be back. So hopefully, if you do go follow us on YouTube, hit that subscribe or we haven't been forever. Hit the bell to get the notifications on stuff. So when we go live, you are notified, and then you come in and chat. But chat's always the best part of doing these live shows. So hopefully that comes back pretty soon. We're getting back into the groove of things, guys. So be patient with us. Thank you guys for being patient with us. On that note, we will talk to you guys next week. Bye.
Klein out. All the way.